Children, today you will study about elements and compounds in chemistry. You have already learned that all substances are made up of matter. So, what is matter? Matter is something that occupies space and has mass. On the basis of its state, matter can be a solid, liquid, or gas, although they may contain the same kind of matter. You take the example of water. Water exists in all the three forms, that is, liquid, solid, and vapor state. The classification of matter can also be done on the basis of some dissimilarities and similarities in their chemical composition. That is, a substance has a definite chemical composition. So, different substances will have different chemical composition. So, based on that, also matter can be classified. For example, salt and sugar both are solids, but they differ from each other because they are made up of different kinds of atoms. Here you see the sugar crystals and the salt crystals look more or less the same, though the structure of the sugar crystals are bigger than that of the salt crystals, but they both are white. But if you see the chemical composition of sugar, sugar consists of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, whereas the salt consists of sodium and chlorine. So they both have separate components. That is, the chemical composition of sugar and salt are different. They are made up of different types of atoms. So they are dissimilar in their chemical composition. You can take the example of water and oil also. Both water and oil are liquids, but their matter differ from each other. Pure and impure substances. A substance of a definite composition which has consistent properties throughout is called a pure substance. You can take the example of water itself. If you take different molecules of water, you will find that the chemical composition of water of each molecule is the same. That is, it is made up of 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. So, it is a pure substance. Even if you take the examples of all these substances like gold, or you take sugar, or you take diamond, or any other substances, they are all examples of pure substances. Different metals, different gases which are available in the nature, they are all pure substances because they are made up of only one type of atoms or one type of molecules. A substance in which some other substances are also present in small amounts is called an impure substance. You see the examples over here. Coffee. A coffee has different substances present in it. Like you put water, you put coffee powder, you put sugar into this. So, a coffee is an example of impure substance. You take the example of steel. Steel is also made up of different types of substances like iron, carbon, tin, etc. They all are mixed together to form steel. So, a substance in which other substances are also present in small amounts are called impure substances. Pure substances are always homogeneous, whereas impure substances can be homogeneous or heterogeneous. Now, pure substances are of 2 types, elements and compounds. Elements are made up of only one kind of atoms, whereas compounds are made up of one or more than one kind of atoms or molecules. They have uniform composition throughout that is, they are homogeneous. So all pure substances are homogeneous because they have a uniform composition. The pure substances have a definite set of physical and chemical properties which are different from other substances. The melting point and the boiling point of pure substances are fixed. Pure substances have a characteristic odor, color, and taste. Pure substances cannot be broken into simpler substances by any physical means. You take the example of water. The boiling point of water is 100 degrees centigrade and the freezing point of water is 0 degrees centigrade. Now, some common salt is mixed in water. You will get a solution. Now, this solution will have a higher boiling point and the freezing point will also be lower for this solution than normal water. Elements. Look at the pictures over here. This is iron dust or iron filings. These are zinc granules. This is sulfur, gold, copper, and iodine. Now these are all present in solid forms, but they have different texture. They have a different color and they have different properties. But they all are made up of atoms. Iron is made up of iron atoms only. Zinc granules are made up of zinc atoms only. Sulfur is made up of sulfur atoms. Gold with gold atoms. Copper with copper atoms. And iodine with iodine atoms. So children, these are different examples of elements. We will study about these elements as pure substances in our next video in details.